Okay, so this video is to remind us how to solve equations when the variable is only on one side. So the essential question for this lesson was, how can we solve for the value of the variable when there are multiple terms in the equation? So this means that we're going to have to distribute and combine like terms before we can even start solving. So taking a look here, so what we're going to want to do to solve this is, first of all, remember, you don't have to, but you can put the line down the equal sign to help you see the difference between the left side and the right side. Okay. Notice that on the left-hand side over here, there's just 35. We can't do anything with just 35. You can't combine it with anything else yet because it's on the other side of the equal sign. There's nothing to distribute. So I'm going to leave the 35 for now. On the right-hand side, though, you can see that there's 4x plus 2x plus 5. Remember, the ultimate idea here is to solve for what does x have to equal to in this equation so that you have the left and the right side the same. We're trying to solve for x. So first what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to combine the like terms on the right-hand side. So 4x plus 2x plus 5. Think about it for a little bit. Which of these can go together, and why do you think so? So 4x plus 2x can be combined because they both have x's. This plus 5 does not have an x variable, so it's not a like term with these. So together 4x plus 2x makes 6x. And then I'm going to bring down the plus 5 because I can still use it eventually. I just can't do anything with it right now. Equals, and I'm going to bring down the 35. Okay. From there, on the right-hand side, left-hand side, I still only have a 35. I can't do anything with just 35. On the right-hand side of the equal sign, I have 6x plus 5. Again, I can't combine those. So at this point, I'm kind of stuck. This is when you know you can move on to solving. At first, we were simplifying the equation to make it a little bit more easy to have less terms to work with. But once you can no longer combine terms on the same side, so anything on the left and anything on the right, you're going to start solving right here using inverse operations to isolate the variable. We want to start getting rid of the things that are around the x variable so that we can get x by itself. That's what it means to isolate. So we want to get x by itself so we know what x is equal to. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this constant. So we're going to get rid of this plus 5. And the way we're going to do that is with inverse operations. Remember, inverse means opposite. So what is the opposite of a plus 5 or a positive 5? Yep, minus 5. But remember, because this is an equation, what you do to one side, what you change to one side, you're going to change to the other. So because I'm trying to get rid of this 5 here, because I want to get it away from the x, I also have to get rid of it on this side. Okay. The reason why we didn't do like up here 4x plus 2x, I didn't do that to this other side is because I wasn't solving yet. I'm not moving anything around. Down on this step, I am moving things around. I want to get this 5 away from the x. So I'm going to subtract 5 to both sides. That's going to leave me with, let me get this. That's going to leave me with 35 minus 5 is 30. And that's going to be equal to the plus 5 and the minus 5. They cancel. We did that on purpose. So all you're left with is 6x. Now, again, our goal now, we're still on the step here, is to isolate the variable by using inverse operations. So I want to get this x by itself by getting rid of all the things around it. And what we have to do is opposites. So we want to get rid of this 6. But look at how this 6 and this x are combined. There's a kind of math that's happening there that's invisible math. We can't see it. We have to know what it is. 6x means 6 times x. So the opposite of times is to divide. So what's going to happen is I'm going to divide this 6 by a 6. But because I'm dividing it out, because 6 divided by 6 is 1, that would be 1x. That would give me the answer 1x. I'm going to cancel it out technically by dividing by 6. So because I'm changing something on the right side, I also need to change it to the left side. So I'm also going to divide by 6 on this side. 30 divided by 6 is going to result in 5. So 30 divided by 6 is 5. That's equal to 6 divided by 6 is 1x. And remember, 1x is the same as just x. So we get that the answer is 5 is equal to x. Very simple. Okay, follow those inverse operation steps. Now that was a problem that had combining like terms. I want to show you a problem that has a distribution where you have to distribute to find your answer. And I like these problems because they have negatives. And a lot of times we get confused with our negatives. So I think I'm going to pick this problem here. Remember, we're going to do the same steps. First, we want to simplify if we can. We want to make this easier by distributing or combining like terms if possible before we start solving for n. So notice on the left-hand side, I just have the number 30. I can't simplify that anymore. But on the right-hand side, I have negative 5 times, remember parentheses means times, 6n plus 6. I'm going to distribute or multiply that negative 5 to the terms inside of the parentheses. So negative 5 times 6n is negative times a positive, negative 5 times positive 6 is negative 30n. And then negative 5 times a positive 6 in the back, negative 5 times positive 6 is a negative 30. Okay, so what ended up happening is I distributed the negative 5 to all of the terms inside the parentheses on the right. That gave me negative 30n minus 30. It's going to be equals 30 on the left-hand side. So what I did is I brought down the numbers that I haven't used yet. Now I know this problem is tricky because you got 30s, negative 30, negative 30. It looks kind of crazy. We're going to keep doing the same steps we did to either combine like terms or to start to isolate the variable to solve for the variable. So you know when to start solving for the variable when you can no longer combine like terms or distribute. So on the left, I just have the number 30. I can't do anything. I can't combine 30 with anything else because it's all by itself on the left. On the right, negative 30n minus 30. Because one of these 30s has an n, a variable, and the other one doesn't, they're not like terms. That means we cannot combine them. So at this point, I need to start moving things. I need to start isolating the variable. What we're going to do is we're going to use inverse operations or opposite operations to start getting rid of the numbers that are on the side with the n. First, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this minus 30 on the right-hand side by doing the opposite. So because we have a minus 30, that's our constant, our regular number, we're going to get rid of that first by adding 30. But because I'm adding 30, I'm changing this problem. I also have to change, or I'm changing this equation. I have to change on the left side and the right side equally. So plus 30 on the right, plus 30 on the left. What happens here on the right-hand side, a minus 30 plus 30, that cancels, and that's 0. I'm not going to write the number zero down because I don't really need it on this side. I can write a 0 if I want to, if you want to, because I still have this minus 30n left. And on this side, I have 30 plus 30. That's going to give me 60. So what we have on this side is 60 is equal to, and I have remaining negative 30n, because negative 30n plus 0 is just negative 30n. So again, I'm continuing to isolate the variable to get the variable by itself. So I noticed that with the n on the right-hand side is a negative 30. Remember, that is the invisible math of multiplication, negative 30 times n. So the opposite of multiplication or times is division. So I'm going to divide this negative 30 away, and I need to get rid of that negative as well. You want the n completely by itself. So I'm dividing by a negative on this side, and that means I'm also going to have to divide this side by that negative 30. Okay, so you can use a calculator or think to yourself, if you want to remember the Dorito Man, Okay, a negative, I'm doing 30s. Negative 30 divided by negative 30, a negative divided by negative is a positive. So that's going to result in a positive. 30 divided by 30 is 1, so I'm left with 1n, positive 1n. And on the left, I have 60, a positive 60 divided by a negative 30. A positive divided by a negative, look at your Dorito man, will result in a negative. 60 divided by 30 is 2. So I have that negative 2 is equal to 1n. Remember, 1n is the same as just an n. So my answer is negative 2 equals n. And that's how you're going to complete the problems for any worksheet or any assignment that has to do with solving equations when the variable is on one side only. That means you only have either the left or the right-hand side that has the variable letter.